Ladies and gentlemen, this is Shahab Karni from television I-95. Of course, we are based in Washington, but this evening or this morning, I am in Houston with a very powerful Pakistani-American panel of diverse communities, diverse professional background, and the focus of conversation for this panel discussion today is how Pakistani-American diaspora can play a role directing some investment opportunities towards Pakistan. So to start with, I welcome Dr. Asif Qadir. Dr. Qadir has been here for 40-some years in America, especially in Houston, and he's one of the pioneer of founding pillars of UPNA, which is the largest Pakistani-American Physician Association, very well versed in health sector, very well connected. Dr. Qadir again reinforcing the question that what the Pakistani-American diaspora, as per the need of the hour, under the current situation, what challenges do you foresee for mobilizing their investment opportunities in Pakistan?
You are the chairman of I-95 TV channel, which has been launched today. Congratulations for coming down from Washington and launching this thing in a city which is known for the mini Pakistan, the taste city of United States of America. As you know that economic growth in Pakistan is on the rise. There are many countries in the world who are growing, but the growth of economic corridor of Pakistan is very high because of its diaspora. The diaspora here are immensely in love with Pakistan, and Pakistan government is providing a very powerful incentive for people who are in foreign country to invest in Pakistan. The question is why? The reason is, first of all, the currency exchange of dollar is very, very favorable for investors. Secondly, the population there, the infrastructure is so big, 220 million people in Pakistan, which is a massive consumer of all the projects you can take. But even more than that, the government of Pakistan has produced so many incentives for foreigners that they are giving tax breaks, they are giving them infrastructure related breaks, and they are specially designed to intensivize and put incentives for all the Pakistani diaspora. And to our luck that Pakistani really loves them, sending money. The amount of money the expatriate sends Pakistan, it is unmeasurable. Now, a lot of reservations are there for a lot of investors, but these reservations are not only limited to Pakistan. Reservations are limited to all those countries where there is no political stability, there is no law and order, there is no security of the goods, there is no problem solving or resolution solving set up. But Pakistan has gone way ahead in solving all these things, providing a forum for one key operation. In my view, if you are a risk taker and an investor, the highest investment that you can do in Pakistan. But don't do in one investment. Put on several investment. Do on agriculture, do on IT, do in oil and gas. And remember one thing that we lost our share of Dodd-Frank. We should not lose our share of artificial intelligence. Our youth is designed for do that. Anybody who invests in IT, he'll be a big money maker. And I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about. We are all love Pakistan. We all want to invest in Pakistan. And to that extent, in United States, we have held what they call Diplomacy of Development, a conference in which we had Elizabeth host here. Hashmi Saab was involved in it. And we made a big kind of huge investment group who actually want to invest in Pakistan.
Thank you. Mr. Shahid Hashmi has been here for almost 45 years, a pioneer and entrepreneur, a big community supporter out of Washington, D.C. area, created a lot of opportunities. At one time, Mr. Hashmi was employing almost 3,000 plus people, created a lot of jobs. Again, Mr. Hashmi, Shahid Hashmi, with me. Thank you very much, sir. What is your take on the question that I have? The challenges that Pakistani American real investors face in Pakistan in today's environment.
Actually, I have been involved in Pakistan for almost 15, 20 years. We contribute at least $1 million a year to in foreign exchange to Pakistan. But we really, from my own perspective, really have not gotten much support from the government. Okay. Basically, there's always some problem. Even when we send money, the money cannot get to our employees in time. So we had to borrow money in Pakistan to pay those employees, because the bank, every time we send money, they'll always come back with questions. Where the money has come from? Why are you sending it? So it takes almost 2-3 weeks before we could get the money into Pakistan. Other than that, because I love Pakistan, I basically got my basic education in Pakistan. I am thankful to the country, and I like to do as much as we could do. And we are still doing a lot of things. We are providing at least 3,000 scholarship, not 3,000. Last year we provided 995 scholarship in Karachi for higher studies, and we even provided scholarship for some of the bright students to come to the West. We have right now 2 students who are studying for their PhD and MS program in Georgia Institute of Technology. And we'll get that. At one time, as Shah mentioned, we had almost 3,000 employees at one time, but right now I'm changing course, and I'm basically diversifying my business. I'm going into something else. Hopefully, we'll let you know what we will be doing. Thank you.
I have with me Dr. Khaja, Ejaz Khaja from Houston Institute of Global Health. So when Dr. Asif Qadir, of course, I understand Dr. Qadir coming from health sector, from medical sector, he mentioned IT, farming, and other couple of sectors. How about Dr. Khaja, opportunities and challenges in health sector when we talk about Pakistani American entities investing in that region, especially in Pakistan? What is your take on that?
Houston Institute of Global Health highly appreciate your time and efforts. I completely agree that Pakistan is a huge country, 20 million people. Healthcare is a great challenge for government of Pakistan, people of Pakistan. Looking at the historical perspective and public health point of view, starting with maternal and child health is still a challenge like in developing countries. Women and children death and mortality is still higher today in Pakistan. People are dying from infectious diseases, tuberculosis, cholera, diarrheal diseases. However, the urban population is having the transition from infectious to chronic diseases. The pattern is changing from infectious to diabetes, cardiovascular problems, and then cancer issues are now coming up. So whatever I describe at the stages of maternal child health, infectious and chronic diseases, it means that there is a huge investment in health sector required at different levels of the care. How it has to be done? To me, first and the most important thing is the innovative technology. Pakistan is missing modern medicine technology. If there is an investment done in modern medicine and technology, Pakistan would have a better impact on care and a cure of diseases and save millions of people's lives by having a modern medicine and modern approaches in healthcare. The another important factor is that investment in primary care sector, investment in the secondary healthcare services, establishing an institutions of the tertiary care hospitals is another area to look into it, where there is a larger scope because there is a population is huge and the demand is very high. Therefore, there are a lot of opportunities, investments already exist. One of the most important factor that I am involved in it is healthcare resource development, education, training, and professional healthcare professional training is very important that these people not only serve the people of Pakistan, but they can be very valuable assets across the world, particularly in the West, where individuals from Pakistan not only been trained and come to United States, but they can have a very high quality of life in US as well. So the healthcare professional training is a key factor in serving the population locally and serving the population globally. And then finally, I think that there is a wider investment required in the healthcare professional academic institutions and research that need to be carried out. We have paid very less attention to the public health issues. COVID had killed so many people. Public health laboratories and public health efforts are needed in Pakistan, and they are very profitable. Laboratory work is very, very profitable. So those not only giving the laboratory work to be done in Pakistan, but you can generate a lot of resources by the investors in that return of investment is very high in terms of laboratory work to be done. It gives a benefit to the people, it cures the disease, it'll help recovery the process faster, and you also earn some money. So I think globally looking at the healthcare challenges, basic access is a key problem. Quality of care is a challenge. Innovative technology is a very wide open areas to invest in the healthcare industry. Building infrastructure, primary, secondary, and tertiary care, and professional training is one of the top, are the key factors to look into it.
Mr. Ghazanfar Hashmi, and the reason I invited him especially, thank you Mr. Hashmi, within a short notice you were able to join us. Mr. Hashmi is trying to do something which has been missing, especially in Washington with different think tanks, with the US Senate Foreign Relations Committee, US House Foreign Relations Committee, leveraging the strength of the Pakistani American diaspora to have a total shift in the thinkers and the decision makers, especially at the capital city, when it comes to the need of Pakistan in different sectors, as three other honored panelists described. Mr. Hashmi, what is your take, one? The second thing is, what is the way forward for whatever you need for moving forward for the betterment of some economic opportunities in Pakistan? What do you need from Pakistani American diaspora?
I think if you go back for the decades, the Pakistan-USA relations were seen through the lens of Afghanistan, and they were seen as the pattern-client relationship, and also as a relationship based upon just the security-centric relationship. So, but I think after the withdrawal from the Afghanistan, both sides have realized now that the shift should be towards geo-economics, and the relationship should be based upon the mutual trust and the shared priorities. So that priorities are the trade and the development and different sectors like partnership between Pakistan and USA in education, in health, in energy and other sectors. So I think we also me and Dr. Kadir, they coined the slogan that diplomacy should be diplomacy for development. So there is one kind of diplomacy that is going on between the government to government, but at the same time there is another diplomacy, and that is between the people to people. So that diplomacy called the public diplomacy, and that has the more influence on the policy making. So we try to promote this slogan and organize two big conferences. One is in Wilson Center, and one in Houston, in which more than 5 sessions were there. And we invited entrepreneurs, we invited the businessman community, and we invited think tanks peoples and the intellectuals also. So I think in those sessions, the entrepreneurs discussed the challenges and the opportunities of investment opportunities in Pakistan. So they discussed what they in the past they faced the challenges, and those challenges were like security, like corruption, that was red tapeism, and the lack of transparency. So they were not ready to come, but we gave them the incentives and we invited them, and they came. They put together everything, and we made them sit in front of the Elizabeth Host, Deputy Assistant Secretary of State, and also the Ambassador of Pakistan, Mr. Masood Khan, so that the trust deficit should be, at lower level. So I think we bridged the gap between the entrepreneurs, investors, and the government. And then when the State Department was involved, I think that gave them the confidence that American government is involved. There is another thing, that the America is partnering with Pakistan, and that program is called the Green Alliance Framework. So that Green Alliance Framework, in that framework, there are so many things. It's the clean energy, it's agriculture, it's farming, and it's electrification of Pakistan. So I think there is a need to forge partnerships between Pakistan and USA by utilizing this framework also, and also we should prepare the investors and so that they can go back to Pakistan and invest in different sectors. So another thing which I want to discuss, and you have also mentioned, that there is a need to involve influentials, think tanks, media people, and those who can influence the policy making. So for that to influence the policy making at state level and the national level, we have people like Dr. Qadir, people like, Shahab Karni and Dr. Ajaz Khaja, and other people who can influence upon them. We have Michael McCall, as you mentioned. We have Ben Cardin in your state. Both are, at the level who can play their role. And the Pakistani diaspora, if they want, they can utilize them for the betterment of, and for the betterment of relationship of the both countries. But I think that those kind of projects should be started and promoted from where both people from the both countries can benefit.
Dr. Asif Qadir, Mr. Shahid Hashmi, Mr. Ghazanfar Hashmi, Dr. Khwaja, thank you very much on behalf of Television I-95. With the final word, Mr. Ghazanfar Hashmi, you mentioned two names, but for the sake of the knowledge or awareness of the audience, Senator Ben Cardin is a Democrat, and he is the chairman of the U.S. Senate Committee, Foreign Relations. Dr. Qadir, for your, I'm sure you know, Congressman McCall is Republican from Texas. He is chairing the House Foreign Relations Committee. So, Mr. Dr. Asif Qadir and Mr. Ghazanfar Hashmi, Dr. Khaja, you have a bigger role to play along with the Pakistani American diaspora to at least have a good rapport. It is like hometown. Mr. Shahid Hashmi, your businesses, your residence in Maryland and Virginia. Senator Ben Cardin happens to be the senator from the state of Maryland. So you have a bigger role, but how? We need to create synergy. This group of 4 people needs to be 40 or 400 Pakistani American, but an approach needs to be with a synergy, with collective thought process for the betterment of Pakistan and US relationship. And Mr. Hashmi as Ghazanfar Hashmi, because we've got 2 Hashmis here, that people-to-people diplomacy definitely can play a vital role. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And on behalf of Television I-95, I also am thankful to our creative and technical director, Zishan Mirza, who is behind the camera today. Thank you, Zishan, for your time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.